What's up, family? Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is in critical condition after collapsing on the field with cardiac arrest Monday night in a game against the Bengals that was postponed. The Bills announced his diagnosis of cardiac arrest early Tuesday morning, hours after he left the stadium in an ambulance. Now check this out, fam. After Damar collapsed following his tackle of Bengals receiver T. Higgins, multiple players from both sides gathered around him as he was down on the ground being administered CPR as a show of solidarity and prayed for him. You know, fam, sometimes we get lost in competition. We get lost in the numbers. It's all about trying to get that W. It's wins and losses. It's us against them. And in this rare moment, you had two teams who was vying for playoff positions. Players from opposing teams who look at the other side and say, you're in my way of progress. You're standing in the way of my dreams, my goals. But for this moment, in this moment, none of that matters because a human being is on that ground fighting for his life. Now, most people got that. Some people would argue that Skip Bayless didn't. As all of this was playing out on the field, Skip Bayless fired off a series of tweets. One tweet in particular got him in hot water. I mean, boiling, scorching hot water. And people were mad. I'm talking about still are very upset with him. Called him everything but a child of God. I mean, piece of this and that and that. I mean, called him out. So I checked out the tweet and I concluded that I don't think it's what they're saying it is. Now, I'm no fan of Skip Bayless. I don't even like him at all. But I'm going to call a strike and a ball a ball. In this, fam, I do believe this particular tweet was taken out of context. Let me tell you what the tweet said. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of the game. But how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems irrelevant. You see? Which suddenly seems irrelevant. Now, perhaps Skip is guilty of not reading the room, trying to be the first one to offer a perspective on the situation. And he didn't really understand how that tweet could be misinterpreted. Again, I don't like Skip Bayless, but I don't think that tweet is what many people are making it out to be. I think this is a situation where Skip is just known for being an a-hole. He has so many situations, there's been so many times where he said things that are out of pocket. It's like you shoot the messenger. It's not really the message, because if somebody else would have said it, somebody with more credibility would have said it, I think it would have been interpreted in a more positive way. And I have something to actually back up what I'm saying in terms of him not necessarily having ill intent with this tweet. I went back to what he said prior to the tweet that everybody is dragging him for. a few minutes before, he said, "Not exactly sure what happened to DeMar Hamlin. Players on both teams are shaken. Ambulance out on the field. CPR administered. Can't remember play being stopped for this length of time. Just said a prayer for him and his family." What y'all think about that? That was the tweet that he fired off prior to the one that got him in trouble. The one that I believe that was taken out of context. Now, of course, anything is possible. And that's the problem with like these tweets and text messages and stuff like that. They have no character. They're just words. And without the benefit of hearing a person's tone and reading their face, like seeing the expressions on their face, a lot of times words can be misinterpreted. People's messages can be taken out of context. After all the backlash, Skip felt compelled to issue a brief apology around 52 minutes after the tweet that set the internet on fire. His words, "Nothing is more important than that young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to." I think for those of us who loathe the stupid things that Skip Bayless says and does, our sentiments are 1000% justified. But this ain't it. No more talk.